Manny Pacquiao has never been one to back down from a challenge in his boxing career, but this one might be his biggest yet. At 46 years old, he's deciding to once again step back into the ring to face the reigning WBC welterweight champion Mario Barrios, a man with youth, height and reach all on his side, as well as a 4-fight unbeaten streak where he's been highly technical. With Barrios comes a jab that is sharp and disruptive. He controls the distance extremely well, and it all sets up fluid combinations that often spill over into the kind of extended exchanges that catch his opponents when they think it's safe. He's also tough, really tough. He's taking big shots and keeps pushing forward. His cardio is relentless, and he's proven difficult, if not impossible at times, to put away. So what exactly is going to happen when this legend Manny Pacquiao tries to turn back the clock against a reigning champion? Well, that's what we're here to find out today, and we're going to look at all the ways Manny Pacquiao might have success. In this breakdown, I'm going to compare their styles, strengths, and recent performances, and we'll look at how both men have fared against similar opponents and what they might tell us about how this one could play out. So let me ask you, could Manny Pacquiao beat Mario Barrios? Well, let's break it down. Let's start by taking a look at the fight between Barrios and Vs Ugas, an opponent Pacquiao also faced, but also a good showcase of what Barrios brings to the table. This was just 2 fights ago in Barrios' career, and early on you could see him constantly pumping the jab even while retreating. And the more he used his lead hand, the more it landed and baited out offense from Ugas. And when his opponent threw out his own double jab, Barrios showed his speed and timing, already making the reads and landing the right hand as Ugas level changes, stopping his combination. But his composure and patience was also on display in this one, as Ugas flashes the right hand but instead jabs out. As soon as he does, Mario sends his own jab right up the middle to meet him. Consistently, the movement of Barrios also drew out the jab from Ugas, and Mario perfectly placed his own once again down the middle. He was able to do this time and time again and control the fight with just his lead hand. When Manny himself stepped in to face Ugas, he had his own struggles to deal with, going up against a taller opponent, and things did not really go well for him. With the reach advantage, Ugas was able to control the distance with his jab going high and low. And when Manny stepped forward to combo, Ugas was able to read and roll under.
Pacquiao backs Ugas up to the ropes.
Ugas also used his frames to manage the space and fire safely from a distance.
Pacquiao's giving the judges right now.
Are you incurring on the other fighter? Those shots are landing from Ugas.
And Manny in this fight at times was just too stationary, and Ugas was able to take advantage.
Larry, how do you have it through 7?
I got Pacquiao ahead by 1 point.
Far beyond. Ugas with the combination. Well, I agree with it all. Good hard right hand by Ugas.
But Ugas himself found several ways around the defenses of Barrios and his long style in their fight. And there's several tactics he used that Manny could replicate when it comes to their matchup. Today's video is sponsored by WarThunder, the most comprehensive vehicle combat game ever made, and it's available now on PC, consoles, and mobile for free. Cruise into battle with over 2,500 tanks, planes, helicopters, and ships from 10 major nations. The options range from biplanes and armored cars of the 1920s to the fighter jets and main battle tanks of today. Plus, you can drive any tank and fly any aircraft using the mouse and keyboard or controller you may already own, even in simulator mode. Immerse yourself in the intense combat of WarThunder, where incredibly detailed vehicles, realistic graphics, and authentic sound effects place you in the driver's seat of the most powerful war machines of our time. And there are no simple hitboxes here, since WarThunder has one of the most sophisticated vehicle damage models in gaming. Every vehicle is painstakingly modeled down to individual components like the engines, fuel tanks, weapons, and even the crew. Each component is vulnerable to damage or disabling thanks to enemy fire, and varying types of armor, shells, and missiles that behave like they do in a real firefight. Join over 70 million players worldwide in incredible PvP battles and delve into WarThunder's unparalleled wealth of high-quality content for gamers and military historian fans alike. My favorite feature is WarThunder's fantastic customization system, which features an embarrassment of riches for those of us who like to sift through countless camouflages, historical markings, and decorations for all types of vehicles, including community-created offerings, Because even if I play like I have two left thumbs, my ride can look cool until it's inevitably turned into flames. Once again, WarThunder is available for free on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and mobile platforms. So sign up using our links pinned in the comments and video description for a limited time bonus. New and returning players that haven't played for at least 6 months for PC and consoles will receive a massive bonus pack that features the exclusive vehicle decorator Eagle of Valor, 100,000 silver lions, and 7 days of premium account. Here Ugas shows the right hand, but instead sends a jab and combos high and low, mixing up his levels, which scores. Keeping Mario guessing is absolutely key to stopping his forward pressure. Barrios has a tendency as well to extend his lead arm, almost like a jab and a frame. He uses it to create and read the space, but Ugas was able to exploit this. Ugas slips off to the outside and comes back over the top with the right hand. For Manny, this will have to be the lead hook as he's southpaw, but these are good moments to land. Barrios also likes to load up big on the lead left hook. Ugas was able here to pull out of range and then drop the right hand through the open space. As the jab comes from Barrios, Ugas parries it down and then counters with a lead hook, shutting down the offensive and defensive tool Mario likes to use. And as the fight wore on, more and more often Ugas was able to find openings over the left hand of Mario. Barrios level changes here and digs a straight right, but his left hand is at his hip to load up the next shot. The uppercut comes and is slipped, then he eats the right hand again. Then a follow-up combo as well. Manny can definitely take advantage of this, and we'll see more in a minute. This time the double jab straight right comes from Barrios, but as Ugas slips and they are now both on the inside, they both load the body hook, but this again leaves the left hand down for Barrios. Ugas sees this and counters over the top again. Ugas did a great job on this fight, showing how much offense can be created around the lead left hand of Barrios. When Mario took on Gervonta Davis, we saw a much more realistic style comparison to the Pacquiao fight though, with Davis being a southpaw and shorter and trying to get on the inside, and he also had several of the same tactics. As the jab comes from Barrios, Davis offered several defenses, including just parrying it with the back left hand. Davis also read the lead hand early and was able to pull out and away, but also circle to the right outside of the jab hand and away from his power right. This time instead, Davis rolls under and circles to the right of the jab hand, starting to take that weapon away and create more angles for himself to attack later. And Davis starts to counter the jab with his power back left hand, waiting for it to come and then launching down the middle. This time, even as Barrios fakes it, Davis lands again with the back left, shutting down even the idea of Mario's jab. As Barrios frames and throws a lead hook, Davis again shows how to avoid it and rolls under and exits. As Davis started to use his head movement to be able to move forward and pressure, it meant that he could still slip and counter whilst being offensive. Manny will need to do the same thing, and as Barrios throws the lead hook this time, Davis hammers the power back left. Tank was also doing a great job at times using the double jab to close the distance. Here he takes a big step to the outside to take foot dominance, and now he's in range for a left hand. The more comfortable Davis got, the more he took advantage of the extended lead hand frame. This time just starting with a leaping lead hook that goes around the extended arm and drops Barrios. This is a shot Manny can definitely look to land. Once again here, Davis uses the double jab to close the distance. Barrios throws a lead hook to respond, but Davis then throws back again and gets the knockdown. Every time Barrios extended his jab hand, Tank was looking to punish him. And even with the shot that finishes the fight, it's the same. The lead hand comes out from Barrios and Tank just launches his back left. In Pacquiao's recent wins, we can see several methods for victory considering what we've just talked about with Mario's style. Manny faced a similar matchup against Broner, who relies heavily on his own lead hook that Manny was able to find ways around and to counter. Manny jabs and the lead hook comes out from Broner. Manny then double jabs and throws his straight to the body and then finishes up top over the low left lead hand and lands his straight. These kind of blitzes are exactly the sort of thing that could work against Barrios. The same thing again here, Manny jabs and the lead hook comes out, but knowing this, Manny then double jabs, throws his straight to the body and then finishes up top over the low left lead hand once again. This time Manny pulls the 1-2 and then instead rolls the lead hook, looking to close the inside space, and combos finishing up top as Broner exits. More ways he can take advantage of that low left hand. When dealing with the long frame of the left hand, Manny rolls and slips his way in to deliver a puncturing straight to the body. Mixing all these tactics together with the level changes, he was slowly able to pick apart Broner.
Back and forth. This is real good stuff. He makes it happen. I mean, that's what Kevin Cunningham wants to do. Look at Manny. Sammy caught him. He's a hard punch.
And somewhere Manny can really find success against Barrios is by backing him up to the corner. He can dictate the range and let it go on the inside. And here again, the lead hook gets Broner into trouble as Manny slips the right hand and throws his jab to help cover the distance. As he steps into jab, Broner throws a counter lead hook, but it opens him up right down the middle for the left overhand from Manny. And in his most recent win against Thurman, we saw a lot of heart and toughness on display from Pacquiao, who did get hit with some big shots in this fight, but despite his age, stayed in there and managed to win the decision. And again, there were even more flashes of what we could hope for in the Barrios fight. The flick jab from Manny was great at disguising and quickly allowing him to close the space. Here he doubles up and then lowers his head and loads his back leg, exploding forward and throwing his left straight to the body, changing levels so the hands come down from Thurman as Manny again throws over the top. These quick blitzes and changes in levels will definitely help him close and land on Barrios. Manny here is backed up against the ropes, but we see similar defensive tactics used by Davis on the Barrios fight, as Manny rolls out under the right hook and pulls the straight on the way out as well. As the long right hook comes from his orthodox opponent, Manny covers well and then level changes, stays in the pocket, and instead of retreating, fires a nice uppercut, then stays on the inside, chains the offense together, and pulls out of range on the counter. Knowing when to retreat and when to plant his feet will be key to the win with Mario as well. But even under attack in this fight and against the ropes, Manny slips to the outside of the long right hand and then circles off the ropes, then goes back into the blitz again. Against longer and taller orthodox opponents, Pacquiao has already shown a good understanding of ways to reach his man and land damage. Mario will be looking to stick and move and pump his lead hand all night, but Manny has several ways to deal with it. And if he's able to deal with the greatest weapon in Barrios' jab and turn it against him, Pacquiao has a good chance of being able to win this fight. But of course, a fight is so much more than just the technique and the styles of both fighters. Pacquiao is at a serious age disadvantage, and despite all of his legendary credentials, he might not even have the cardio or the pace to go the full distance, especially if Mario can tee off with his jab consistently. Pacquiao will need to stay away from the lead hook and not sit on the outside where he's been picked apart before. Tank Davis showed it's possible to turn that frame against Barrios, and if the hungry and determined Manny Pacquiao shows up, I believe he has got the skills to get it done. But it is certainly a tall order from an aging legend. But let me know what you think down below and who you've got going into this one. Can the Pacman pull off one last great performance? Massive thank you to WarThunder for sponsoring today's video. Make sure you check out the game on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, or mobile using the links in the video description or pinned comment. New and returning players that haven't played for at least 6 months for PC and console will also receive that massive bonus pack.